Good morning, Enid. It's good to see you again. It's 7:30 on this Thursday, April 5th, 2018. Right now it's kind of a cool 43, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grandma, grandpas, we've got a Chamber of Commerce weather day today. We're going to work our way to 71 pleasant degrees. Thank you for joining us. Grab a cup of coffee and join us for the next 30 minutes because we've got news, weather, sports. We've got Erin here. We've got Sara here. We're all here. We're glad you're there. Good morning, Enid. It's time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us. Steve forgot to mention Derrick, but I thought I'd say Derrick is also here with us today.
Yeah, we got to include the bow tie guy. You know.
Can't forget the bow tie guy.
Some people need special attention. You know.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
All right, it's about 43 degrees. I would say look at the bus stop forecast, but the buses aren't running today. So looks like it's about 43 right now, as Steve said. Going to get up to a really nice 71 degrees later today. Partly cloudy skies to sunny skies. So seems like a pretty decent day later today. The winds are only at 15 to 25 miles an hour, which is relatively high.
Was it ever 71 in Minnesota?
Not this early.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a gorgeous day.
Well, I'm glad we have a nice day today because I'm not sure our weekend's looking that nice. But as you can see, we do have a 70% chance of rain tomorrow. And it looks like it's going to be mostly cloudy this weekend. We do kind of get a little bit of a break on Sunday with some sunshine. But our temperatures, I don't think they're going to be that great, but
They're not Southern California temperatures.
they're definitely not in the 70s and 80s, so.
Anyway, well, let's, in case you're working across the state or you're planning a trip across the state of Oklahoma today, let's take a look at the temperatures that Penn prepared for us. All the way in the big city of Texoma, out in the Panhandle, is 45 right now. And if you go down I-35 south of Oklahoma City, you'll travel past Purcell. You can see it's around 42. Skiatook, just north of Tulsa, is at 38. So those are some of the regional temperatures here in the state of Oklahoma. And as Erin mentioned, it's 43 right now. So that's what the statewide temps look like. So what are we going to do with the school menu? Looks like all the teachers at the Capitol or
That's right.
or at 81 and 412 intersection.
Right.
So,
Like Erin said, the school buses this morning are not running, but rumor has it that lunch is still being served. So this is what we have for this weekend's menu.
okay.
Thursday, we have the Salisbury steak, scalloped potatoes, baked okra, hot roll, banana, and milk.
Then on Friday, we have the chicken sandwich, seasoned wedges, ranch beans, pickles, tropical fruit, and milk.
Maybe I wouldn't go to school on Thursday and Friday either on that. No. Anyway, that's the menu, proposed menu. So again, at 7:33, thank you for joining us. We always turn to one guy, and that's Derrick Silas, the bow tie guy. He has the Oklahoma Minute to provide all the latest news and information that happened overnight.
Many Oklahoma educators are still protesting public education funding throughout this week, and some started yesterday on a march from Tulsa to Oklahoma City Capitol, which will take 7 days. And the first Citizen Fire Academy with the Enid Fire Department began last week. Luckily, I got a chance to be part of this class. And in week 2 of the academy, we got a chance to fit turnout pants, boots, and coats that will be used later during the academy. In sports, Saturday, the Thunder will take on the Houston Rockets at 7:30 p.m. in Texas. And on March 9th, they will play the Heat at 6:30. Here's an Oklahoma fun fact. Boise City, Oklahoma, was the only city in the United States to be bombed during World War II. On July 5th, 1943, a B-17 bomber based at Dalhart Army Air Base dropped 6 practice bombs on the sleeping town. And on this day in history, in 1936, two small towns in Mississippi and Georgia are devastated by tornadoes, killing 200 people in one of the deadliest spates of tornadoes in United States history. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
We definitely don't want to hear about tornadoes during tornado season, Derrick. But thank you for that information.
Yeah, thank you for that uplifting story.
Thank you for that information, Derrick. It is time to bring out our Holstein cows. Did I say that right?
Holstein cows, you bet, Sarah.
Good. I am determined to make sure I get the right name.
Those Holsteins, they roam free in Southern California.
Right.
We know that.
We definitely want to hear from you guys, so please email any comments, questions, or suggestions to gme@enid.org. We'd be glad to share them here on the show. We do have a picture today. Here is is it a boy kitty or a girl kitty?
That's a girl. That's Sylvia.
Sylvia. This is Sylvia. This is one of AJ's cats.
Sylvia
She's
looks like-
actually really pretty.
Sylvia looks like my cat at home. I've got a solid gray cat.
She's a really pretty, really pretty kitty.
I knew my cat had double lives. That's what's happening.
Well, there she is.
Yeah. Pretty.
Definitely remember to share any pictures, anything you guys want to share with us. Like we said, we definitely want to share them here on the show. For this weekend, if you're looking for something to do, or later on this month, here is Erin with what's happening.
Thanks, Sarah. As you know, tomorrow is Friday, so first Friday of April is tomorrow. It'll be running from 6 to 9 p.m. in downtown Enid. They'll have food trucks, a beer truck, giant games. The Lions train will be running from 6 to 8, and there'll be an OBI Bloodmobile parked on Broadway. There'll be live music, and the Chisholm Foundation Glow Run, 5K, and Fun Run will also be tomorrow night. That is at 8 p.m. for the Fun Run, which is $15, and 8:30 p.m. for the 5K, which is $20. And it's raising money for the Chisholm schools. And Derrick and I are both going to be running there, so if you want to support Derrick and I and the Chisholm schools, definitely come by and watch us run or cheer us on, because it'll be really fun and cold, so we'll definitely need the support tomorrow. Then also on Saturday, we have the Knees to War 10K, 5K, and 1 mile. At 8:30 a.m. is the 1 mile, which is $20, and at 9 a.m. the 5K and the 10K start. They're $30 and $40. They're both at Crossland Park, and this is actually the 7th annual Knees to War 5K, 10K, and 1 mile. And supporting Touch India, which is an organization that supports physical and spiritual needs of children near Bangalore, India. And it's also helping out the local community outreach through Forgotten Ministries in Enid. And if you want to still run it, but you haven't signed up, it's only a $5 additional fee on the actual run day. So you can sign up on Saturday if you still want to run it. Then also on Saturday, the Corvette Expo, the 26th Corvette Expo, runs from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Chisholm Trail Expo Center. It's $5 for adults, $1 for children, and 12 and under are free, and also military and uniform are free to go to this. It's got a bunch of different kinds of classes. There's class awards, President's Choice, Best Interior, Best Engine, Best of Show, and there's also a silent auction going on. And this is actually their biggest fundraiser for the Corvettes of Enid, which was founded in October of 1992 by a group of people who are interested in American sports cars. And they also do monthly cruises, dine-arounds, car shows, parades, and civic activities. So if you're looking to join the Corvette Club, they actually have applications online on their website. And that's what's happening.
Very good. Appreciate that, Erin. April 5th, very special to me. You were talking about running your 3-mile race. April 5th, many years ago, I was in the middle of running 397 miles across the state. So with your 3-mile run, just kind of made me think of my 400-mile run. So not that we're comparing miles or anything. So.
But if we were.
But if we were, this was the time
win.
to do it. So, no, seriously, we really appreciate the efforts of the HR department where Erin's at and the city of Enid to encourage folks to participate in these run events. It's fun, it's good camaraderie, but also a little healthy at the same time. Well, it's 7:39, working our way to a very pleasant 71 degrees. Good morning, Enid. We're just so pleased that you're with us. We got a special guest, a coach. I think, is our first coach that we've had?
I believe this year.
Yeah,
Yes.
So we got a coach that's a CEO, and we're going to find out more about that. But before we have our special guest, we want to show this video of our friends that are at the duck pond. So we'll be right back. Good morning, Enid. I said ducks, but I meant Canadian geese. There's a big difference. So just want you to know those are great geese at Government Springs Park. Again, at 7:40, our very special guest today is the CEO from the Denny Price Family YMCA, Greg Shamburg. Greg, good morning.
Good to see you.
Thank you for being here today. And so welcome to Good Morning Enid. Thanks for being here. We call it Dark 30. You doing all right?
I'm doing good. I'm used to getting up early anyway.
Okay. Well, Sarah's got a whole list of questions, so we'll turn to Sara and off she goes.
Very good. Good morning, Greg. It's
Good morning.
nice to have you here this morning. I know during the introduction, Steve mentioned that you were both a coach and a CEO, but about your CEO role, can you tell us a little bit of what a typical day looks like?
A typical day at the Y is probably untypical. When you deal with that many people coming into your Y, that many personalities, that many behaviors, it's always something new and engaging. So it makes it a lot of fun because I really like change. I know a lot of people don't like change. And I kind of enjoy something new every day. So we know we're going to get something new every day. But I guess a typical day is we open it early in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, then we close at 10 o'clock at night. So we're open all day. We always try to meet people at the door, check them in, and make sure that we greet them properly, and then we give them opportunities to swim and work out and do all the things that we do at the Y. That's kind of a typical day inside the Y. But again, it's not typical, particularly with the walkout. We've got about 72 kids yesterday on site that normally aren't there until after school. So we've got a lot of things going on right now with the walkout. We're really trying to help that. So typical there's probably untypical. I'm not sure there's a normal day in the life of a YMCA.
Very good.
Greg, tell us, you know, with your coaching background, undoubtedly you're pulling on some of those days, maybe like yesterday with all the kids, you're pulling on that experience that you had as a coach of dealing with different personalities and individuals. How has that prepared you, or your past prepared you for your role today?
I think there's been this big transition in the last probably 10 years of talking about managing versus leading. And what we've kind of changed in the behavioral end is we always talked about managing. We actually manage a building, but we lead people. So I think that's the difference of what we see in this change in the last probably 10 or 15 years on leadership is, you know, you lead young men, but you manage a program. Well, the Y is kind of the same thing. We manage the building, but we try to lead people and our staff and the people that come into there. So there's a lot of transition and a lot of crossover with that, like you've said. And a lot of it is new as far as how to manage the building and some of the structure of that part. But as far as being around people and dealing with people, those things are very similar.
Very good. A little bit of history. In London, England, George Williams founded the YMCA in 1844. Greg, can you tell us a little bit about getting the YMCA established here in Enid?
Well, I think Steve was there when that was established back in England.
1844?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Y was brought here in 1947 with the Kiwanis and some other civic groups. I think the actual charter that I've got on my wall says 54, but 47 is when they got it here. They started working. They actually put the Y in the basement of the post office, which I'm not sure that's the same site we have downtown as at that time. In 1962, I hope I'm getting my dates right, we moved the Y, not we, but they moved the Y to the location that we have now and began to build that structure. It's obviously been changed multiple times since then. And then in 2001, they renamed the Y, the Denny Price YMCA, because of a great man who you probably knew, Denny Price, whose family grew up here, and they still have roots here with Denny's wife, Ann, and of course Brent Price still lives here, and the kids come back, and so that's kind of the transition from 47 to 62 to the new site, and then in 2001 they renamed the Y, the Denny Price YMCA. So it's a little bit of history. We could talk about a lot of history there that I probably don't even know because I haven't been in the Y more than about 3 months, but that's kind of the start and how we got to this point.
Good morning, Enid. It's 7:45 on this Thursday, April 5th. Very special guest, the CEO of the YMCA, Denny Price Family YMCA, Greg Shamburg. Greg, let's talk a little bit about membership. Membership is important. How do you go about cultivating membership, and how do people get involved?
Well, this is one of the things that we do to cultivate membership is to get out. And I think it's really important for me to be the new Y guy. You know, we kind of call it the new Y guy, is to get out as much as I can in the community, speak to as many groups as I can, and try to do as much as I can to relay the message of the Y. Because I still think there's a lot of people that think the Y is just a place where you you join and you swim, or you get on the treadmill and you run, and that's just a very small part of the why. The why is a giver to the community, and just like we brought in all those kids that don't have places to go because of the school walkout, that's really our mission, is to bring people to the why and talk about mind, body, and spirit, which I think we'll talk about some more later as we continue. But I think it's really important that we get out and really tell the mission of the why and what we do and how we do those things, and not just a workout place. I don't know if I answered that question as well as you wanted me to, but I hit some of those points.
Yeah, very good.
That's right. That's right.
Works for me.
Good enough.
I know for me at least, recently, I don't have a Y membership, but I see the value in obtaining one. For those that don't see the value of it or are not aware of what makes it special, can you tell us what's special about being a member of the YMCA?
The Y is unique to any other facility that people can work out in, because we do give back to the community. And anybody can put a treadmill in their house or go somewhere and work out, but the money that we use for membership drives and fundraising goes back into the community by scholarships. We scholarship a lot of families, a lot of kids that can come for free or at least reduced costs. We do after-school programs. We have daycare in the mornings and in the afternoons for parents to drop their kids off and work out. So there's a lot of things going on that aren't just workout things, and I think that's the value of the Y, is when you pay a membership or you donate money to the Y, that we're actually putting that back into the community to create an opportunity for people to go to a place that has a safe environment. And that's what makes us unique, where none of the other places do those things. They don't really, not necessarily a giver back to the community, it's just a place to work out.
Greg, that's a great segue into my next question. You were touching about giving financially to the Y. So individuals can write a check. Mm-hmm. And what does that check go for?
Well, a little bit what we've talked about before, but a lot of times we kind of earmark different things for different areas. So if we have an after-school program and a kid can't afford the after-school program, we may scholarship that child,
Sure.
and they can come for free. Or
Okay.
Swim lessons, all kinds of different things that we can do to make sure that everybody has an opportunity. We're all inclusive, and that means not just gender, race, and all those things, but all inclusive financially too. So anybody that wants to join the Y can join the Y at any time. Whether you have $1 or $1,000, it doesn't matter.
If you're making that financial contribution, say you're not a member of the Y, but you want to just help financially, can you kind of designate or earmark that gift? Say,
Sure, absolutely.
I want this for summer programs for kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
We've actually had two
Okay.
people yesterday donate money to the kids this week, because they know
Sure.
a lot of kids are coming there, and we're actually helping feed them and giving them a place to go. We've actually had two people come in, donate, say, I want this money to go specifically to scholarship two people or one person, and we can actually put that on their account and pay for them. Or just anybody that comes. It wouldn't have to necessarily be a person, but 2 or 3 people we can scholarship for that week.
Just another great example of the Enid community responding to a need.
Well, that's why I have been here for 17 years, is because this community is pretty unique. When you can go out and raise the kind of money that we do and all the other nonprofits do in town, that makes this community different than most. And that's one reason why I wanted to go from coaching to the Ys, because I really like that nonprofit philanthropy idea, and that's what makes this community so great. That's why we're still here, to be honest with you.
Good. One more question before we go to the next segment. Like I was talking about earlier, that I see the value in being a member at the YMCA now. I would like to bring up a picture that's going to kind of help me go into the next question. I recently enrolled my 2-year-old to swimming lessons at the Y, and we've had so much fun. And going in these last couple of weeks, I get to see what you just mentioned, the daycare that they have, not the daycare, the child care that they have there, that they provide there, and all the activities that they have for children. It is so family oriented. But a lot of people are not aware of this. I've had a few people on Facebook actually ask me about where I'm taking him. Can you tell us a little bit about the summer programs or all year programs that you offer for kids while they are out of school?
Well, the exciting thing is school's about out, even though they're on walkout. Hopefully it won't go too long and it goes into the summer. But once we get into May, all these kids begin to, move to the next grade, and they're going to be out for the summer. And we have a huge huge summer program, and they'll go to the zoo, they'll go swim, they'll have all kinds of activities for them. And it's a great program to be able to drop your send our daughter off to continue those things. Obviously, we have soccer. We have, indoor soccer is getting ready to start. I think it started last night, as a matter of fact. Basketball, t-ball, all the sports things. But we have day camps for kids to go to that are really unique because it just gives them a good, wholesome Christian environment that's unique to what we can do there because of our mission in the Y.
Stay put, Greg. We've got a few more questions for you. At 7:51, in case we need to keep on moving. We have so many things that we cram into this 30 minutes. Again, we're working our way to a very pleasant 71 degrees today. We'll have more with Greg Shamburg right after this.
Yes, and we definitely want to bring back Derrick Silas in case you missed him this morning.
Thank you, Sarah. Many Oklahoma educators are still protesting the public education funding throughout this week, and some started yesterday on a march from Tulsa to Oklahoma City. The first Citizen Fire Academy with the Enid Fire Department began last week. In week 2, participants got to fit turnout pants, boots, and coats that will be used later during the academy. And in sports, Saturday, the Thunder will take on the Houston Rockets at 7:30 p.m. in Texas. Their next game will be March 9th against Miami. Boise City, Oklahoma was the only city in the United States to be bombed during World War II. On July 5th, 1943, a B-17 bomber dropped 6 practice bombs on the sleeping town. And on this day in history, in 1936, 2 small towns in Mississippi and Georgia are devastated by tornadoes, killing 200 people, which was one of the deadliest tornado spates in United States history. That's the Oklahoma Minute. Now, let's hear from Kevin from the Central National Bank Center.
Welcome into the Central National Bank Center. I'm the General Manager, Kevin Boryczki, and a lot of exciting stuff coming up this spring leading into the summer. It all kicks off in April with Land Run Beer Fest, the 3rd annual Land Run Beer Fest here in the Event Center of the Central National Bank Center. Tickets start at just $35. Must be 21 and older to participate, but you're going to be able to sample over 90 different craft beers. Everyone's going to get a collectible koozie. There's going to be all different kinds of games, live music from the one-track mime band, so you don't want to miss it. Going to be a lot of fun. Again, tickets for that start at just $35. If you want to partake in the VIP session, tickets for that are $60. You get a half an hour early tasting as part of that and a souvenir pint glass. After that, we have a Mother's Day Boutique Craft Show coming up on May 12th. That'll be right here in the Grand Ballroom of the Central National Bank Center. Admission for that is free. There are going to be over 40 vendors, and if you are wanting to participate as a vendor, I think we have about 4 to 5 spaces left. That's about it. So give us a call at 616-7362, and we can get you hooked up as a vendor for that event. May 18th, Ron White, the event that's going to kick off the summer here in Enid. Tickets for that start at only $40. If you're not sure who Ron White is, well, he also goes by the name Tater Salad. He's one of the members of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, one of the funny men known for his cigar smoking, scotch drinking antics. It's going to be a lot of fun. He's really funny. That show is also for mature audiences only, but that will be May 18th. That's a Friday night at 8 p.m. And then in August, it's Enid Comic Con, the first Enid Comic Con. That's going to be 2 days, August 4th and August 5th. Tickets for that are $10 a day. There are going to be toys, comics, art, vendors from in-state, out-of-state, you name it. There's going to be cosplay contests for adults, kids, groups. It's going to be a ton of fun. That's August 4th and 5th. You won't want to miss that. Tickets for any of these events, cnbcenter.com, 855-TIX-ENID, or just stop down and see us. Our box office is on the 2nd floor of Convention Hall here at the Central National Bank Center. Office hours 9 to 5. Monday through Friday. A lot coming up, and then the next time we talk in 2 weeks, well, we're going to have at least one more announcement coming, so stay tuned for that. Until then, let's send it back into the studios with you, Steve.
Very good, Kevin. Kevin does such a great job for us. Just in case you can hang around at 8 o'clock this morning, I had the privilege to sit down and visit with the president of the Oklahoma State University, the Cowboys, Mr. Burns Hargis. Great visit, about 45 minutes. We will play that interview at 8 o'clock this morning. Greg, real quick, you've talked about summer programs. Let's talk real quick about seniors. What is offered for seniors?
We have a lot of seniors at the Y. We do a senior discount, and we also do...
And the age, excuse me, what would be the age?
65.
65, okay.
We also do what we call silver sneakers, and we also have a lot of water aquatic stuff for seniors. And we have a yoga class for seniors too, so we do a lot for them, and they're there every morning drinking coffee and hanging out, so it's a lot of fun for them.
And Sarah, I'm not there yet, okay?
I was gonna ask.
Just for putting the numbers, and I'm just not there.
We can get you in
we
the
got-
seat
I was
if
gonna
you
say,
want
does
one.
that qualify?
If I'm in the neighborhood, can I
Yeah,
get in
you're
the
close
program?
enough. Not a
Close
problem.
enough. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support on both sides this morning. All right, Sarah.
We do want to take time to introduce our pet for the week, and to do that, we want to bring David Handley to introduce us to Margot.
Hi, my name's David Handley. I'm an animal officer here at City of Enid Animal Shelter. This is Margot. She's up for adoption. She's a real nice dog. She's 2 to 3 years old. And come out and see us. Thank you.
And again, we sincerely appreciate your effort to call the, almost said the Y, call animal control at 249-4910, because you've adopted so many dogs and cats and other animals over the past many, many years. Thank you so much for doing that. And let's take a look, Sarah, the 3-day forecast, just in case people have a plan real quick. Let's see what weather we're going to face.
That's right. Well, if you have plans for Friday, just cancel them now. As you can see, we have 70% chance of rain, and it should be mostly cloudy this weekend, with the exception of some sun on Sunday. So it should be okay. It's definitely spring.
Yeah, spring has sprung. Again, currently holding steady at 43, working our way to 71 degrees here on this Thursday, April 5th. Greg, we sincerely appreciate you being with us here today, and this has been a wealth of information. We have less than a minute to kind of wrap things up. Tell us how a person, give us the location, somebody's new to town. You know, we're always having people advance, moving new.
Sure,
it's very come and go community, if you will. Tell us where you're located and how people can get involved. And if they have questions about what you said this morning, how can they reach you and stuff like that?
Well, a good way to reach, obviously, is you can get online. There's a lot of things you can look
Okay.
at. We do have a YMCA app, a Denny Price YMCA app. We're located right locally downtown, basically 415 West Cherokee. And our phone number's up on the screen. But anything that you want to do, you can do online now. But it's really a lot easier to come in and sign up for those things
Okay.
in person.
Very good. This has been very informative. So, Greg, thank you for being here this
Thank you.
morning. And we got 30 seconds to say goodbye. So, what are you going to say, Sarah?
Well, just
Going to
thank
ask me
you.
about my age again or something like that? No.
No, I just want to say thank you guys for joining us this morning, and I hope you guys have a great Thursday and a great weekend.
And as you're preparing for this gorgeous Chamber of Commerce weather today, break out the shorts, hit the golf course, and go to the Denny Price YMCA. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us on behalf of everybody. Make it a great day.